Hi, my lovely people. Section 107 Fair Use allows us to talk about it, and that's what we are here to do. Please don't go out of your way to dislike anybody we talk about in this video. It is for entertainment and reaction purposes only. It is my opinion and my opinion only. Now, my lovely people, we have been on the journey, okay? We have been on the journey for what, about a month and a half with Just Jazz and everything that has been going on with her daughter. We have seen the ups, we have seen the downs, we have seen the battles. We have seen her battle with the police, the little boy, the mom, the CPS, the daughter herself, and all of the bumps in the road, right? We have all been there for it. So it's time to discuss it. Just like I say in any video, these are more of discussions when it comes to this topic because we've never dealt with it. But I'm no different than if I'm sitting down watching me a TV show. Sometimes I have questions, sometimes I wonder, and all together I have an opinion. So let's do that. I do enjoy her content. Let me say that again. But we're going to get into this, okay? So after all is said and done, the last thing that we heard about Michaela was that she was with her father for the weekend. She was going to go and get her mind right and get herself together. And this was after leaving the hospital. This was after the live that broke the internet that is no longer up on Just Jazzy's page, right? So that's all we knew was that she was with her father. So yesterday, they get on screen and it's time for Michaela to speak. Just Jazzy speaks for a minute and Michaela comes in. Now I'm going to tell you, I've seen reactions all up and through YouTube and I've been watching everything and there's mixed reactions, right? There's some people saying, oh, she shouldn't have done it, and some people that saying she should have done it. Me, I'm going to say it's her channel. She can do what she's going to do. She's already put out so much information and so much, into this story. Then why not let the person that the story has been about speak? Now, do I think that it was a successful conversation? Yes and no. I'm still trying to make my mind up. I say yes because I do agree with the fact that Michaela got on here and said, no one will understand unless they've been through it. I can't give people advice. I can't tell people why I did it or what I wanted to do or what I wanted to get out of it. But all I can say is if you've been through it, then you know. Also, I will say this. I think that Michaela was a bit shy and a bit giggly at first, and then she got a little more comfortable. And the reason that I'm going to say no, it's not a success is because I feel like a lesson was not learned. Let me just say this. I listened, and this girl was saying a lot of good things, but she was also being guided by Just Jazzy. I think that what Just Jazzy thought was that she was going to sit down and they were going to have a really deep conversation about the ins and out and the lesson that was learned from it. And Michaela said, the biggest thing was I wasn't at home. I didn't have the luxuries of home. I, was scraping around and I didn't like it. And I realized that I do miss my mother. She also came out and she said that she feels like if she would have spoke to her mother would have listened. And I'm going to say this. I ain't one to try and give no parenting advice, but the more and more that I watch the interview, I get more of a friendly vibe than a mother and daughter or a parental vibe. I will say this, when it comes to children, yeah, we want them to be able to trust us and come and talk to us about everything, but we also want them to have the fear in God, as my mom used to say, to where they know if we don't do what's expected of us as a child, that we will be on them and we will get on them, and honey, it will be a wrath to pay. And in this instance, Jazzy has said that she would rather be the friendly parent than the mean parent. She doesn't believe in whipping. She doesn't believe in punishments. She just wants them to be overall happy. And in that instance, that's when people start taking you as a joke, especially a child. And all of this stuff that Jazzy has been through, to have a conversation where it's so laughy and so giggly and so just like taking away from instance, because girl, you was not on here crying and whining and yelling and screaming and fighting, and then get on here and do an interview and you're just like, oh, well, I'm not that kind of parent. It just kind of, I don't know. Once again, it's my opinion and my opinion only. It rubbed me some type of way of the way that they talked in the conversation that they had. I am happy to see a few things. Number one, Michaela is sitting there and she looks healthy, right? So all of this, maybe being pregnant or maybe being on drugs, is nothing that we're seeing right now. Also, she's back at home, right? She's back at home. So she must have went to her father's house, got her mind back, and she is, doing what she needs to do. She's there, right? So they're able to have an eye on her. My whole fear is with all the laughing, all the giggling, and I'm hoping, let me just say this, I'm hoping that a lot of it was that she knew that she was on camera and she knew that it was going on the internet. Maybe she was just, a little bit laughy, but I don't know if there was a lesson learned. I don't know if there is something that out of everything they talked about may have sunk into Michaela that she won't want to do it again. That's my problem with it. It's like, will it happen again? That's the big thing. So I guess what we're going to have to do is sit here and watch how it all plays out. Of course, I'm rooting for Jazzy. I'm rooting for her family. I'm rooting for her child. But in all reality, you know, it is what it is. They did tell us that, and she did say that she does struggle with some mental health issues. I did see that Jazz has been posting shorts and things and reels over on Instagram that they're all doing family counseling together. So let's just hope that it will help, right? But as far as the interview with me, I understand why she turns the comments off, because she doesn't want anybody to say anything negative about her daughter, and I totally understand that. But with the comments being off, we don't know what anyone else's opinion is or anyone else's thoughts is. So I wanted to make this video so that we could get in deep and get some opinions and get some thoughts on what we thought we seen in the interview. So if you've seen the interview and you know everything that's going on, I'm going to see everybody in the comments below.